Okay, so this is going to be a quick video on breaking down a polynomial and finding all of its zeros. I say it's going to be a quick video because I'm sitting here with a sick kiddo and I want you to get a little bit of instruction. So this is not in your packet. Go ahead and write it down. Make a quick sketch of the graph and pause and explain how you could use this graph to find all the solutions. Okay, so hopefully you've noticed that we've got two zeros, one at 4 and one at x minus 1, or at negative 1. And what that means is we have two factors. We know we have factors of x plus 1 and x minus 4 because we've got zeros at 4 and negative 1, which means these will divide evenly. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to use the box method and I'm going to divide out those factors. And I'm going to do x plus 1 first, just because it's a little easier. All right. Now we've got x to the 4th. We've got negative 3x cubed. We've got negative 2x squared. We've got negative 6x. And we've got negative 8. So this is going to be x to the 4th. X to the 4th divided by x is going to be x to the 3rd. Multiply back, this is x to the 3rd. Well, if this needs to be negative x, so I'm just going to keep going. I don't really need to narrate this for you guys anymore, hopefully. Negative 4x squared. That needs to be negative 2. This needs to be a 2x squared. This is going to be 2x. This is going to be 2x. This is going to be negative 8x. This is going to be negative 8. This is going to be negative 8, which it should. Now, I look at my quotient, and I could divide again. I could divide the x minus 4 into my quotient, but I notice that x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x minus 8 can group. So I'm going to group it. I'm going to group it by taking out an x squared. And then I'm going to take out a 2. So now I've got x squared plus 2, x minus 4. Well, and there's my x minus 4. There it is. And so now my other zeros are, that sounds delicious. X squared minus plus 2 equals 0 gives me zeros of subtract 2, x squared equals negative 2. I get x equals plus or minus I root 2. So all the zeros would be plus or minus I root 2, negative 1, and 4. Okay. So here are the answers from last night's homework. And if you have any questions, you can go find Miss Weiss or Mr. Davis, or you can find me on Tuesday. All right, so all today's lesson is to practice finding the zeros. I'm going to go through some of them quicker than others. Number 1, go ahead and write it down. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to need to find something that goes in evenly. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my calculator and I'm going to find, check out the nature of my zeros. So it is totally okay to pick up your calculator to use the graphing tool. We're not using our calculator for arithmetic, we're using, the graphing tool, because I'm not told anything about this and I can tell it can't group. Well, I see 3 zeros. I'm not sure about these guys, but I'm pretty confident that that's negative 1. So now that I have used that, so I'm going to say, I'm going to just check negative 1 and see if it gives me a remainder of 0. And that's going to give me negative 1 minus 3 plus 3 minus 5. Oh wait, I forgot the square. I'm like, oh, this is not working out. Uh-oh, did I type that wrong? Guys, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, -1 is 0. 1 plus 6. Yeah, it's negative. I'm sorry. Clearly, maybe I'm also sick. -6 and -6, that's 0. Check. So I know that -1 works. I'm going to divide out x plus 1. Make a little more space. And we're going to say this is going to be x cubed. This is going to be 3x squared. Oops, this is going to be 3x squared. Maybe I am sick. This is going to be -3x. And this one's going to be -5. So this is going to be x cubed. This is going to be x squared. This is going to be 2x squared. This is going to be, I need another thing else to write. This pencil's running out of lead. Hey Ben, can you grab me a pencil from that cup? Oh wait, never mind, I got a pen. All right, so then this is going to be 2x. This is going to be 2x. This is going to be, if that needs to be -3, this is going to be -5x, -5 and -5, and that works out great. And now I'm left with x squared plus 2x minus 5, which I know doesn't factor, but I can solve that by completing the square. So I'm going to work number 1 down here. I know that x equals -1. Now I'm going to say x squared plus 2x minus 5 equals 0. Add the 5. Add 1. And now I'm going to get x equals plus or minus, x equals -1 plus or minus the square root of 6, which kind of makes sense because I saw 2 other zeros here, but they didn't look like they were going to be integers. All right, so let's do number 2. Go away, Danny. We've got x to the 4th plus x cubed, x to the 4th plus x cubed plus 2x squared. Hey, go away, Miss. I'm making a video. It's okay. All right, and I graph this one and I see 2 real zeros, which tells me that there's probably going to be some imaginary. And just because I'm starting to run low on time, as you can hear, I'm going to just go to my table and I see 1 works and -2 works. So I know x equals -2 and x equals 1, but I need to find the other 2. So I'm going to divide out the x minus 1 first, because it just seems a little easier. I don't know why I keep putting a line there. Let's see, this is going to be x to the 4th. This is going to be x cubed. This is going to be 2x squared. This is going to be 4x. And this is going to be -8. All right, and then this is going to be x to the 4th, x cubed. This is going to be -x cubed. This is going to be 2x cubed. This is going to be 2x squared. This is going to be -2x squared. Ooh, and this is going to be 4x squared. Buddy, we'll be done in a minute. 4x, -4x, 8x, 8, -8. Okay, so that worked out. And what I'm going to continue number 2 down here. What's left, even though I have that other divisor, I'm going to group. Because I can see it's going to work out nicely. I can take out x squared. I can take out a 4. I can go with x squared plus 4, x plus 2. This is going to give me plus or minus 2i. This is gonna give me -2 and -1, and there are my zeros. All right, so the answers to the other two, because I'm starting to run low on time, are, this one is 1, 2, -3, and -4. This one is going to be plus or minus the square root of, oh wait, this one we changed. Bless you, baby. Oh no, wait, dude, these are in the wrong order. How did these get switched? Arg. This one is going to be plus or minus I plus or minus the square root of 6. And this one, which I just scratched out, sorry.
Where's your tissues?
Where is the tissues? Right in front of you, babe. This one's going to be plus or, this one's going to be 1, 2, 3, -3, and -4.